He fell in love with a hologram. She spends more on anime merch than on rent. They celebrated their 5th anniversary on a Nintendo Switch dashboard. If those lines sound like viral clickbait, welcome to today's Japan, where waifu culture is no longer an internet punchline, but a living, breathing subculture, powerful enough to move billions of yen, reshape dating statistics, and tug at the country's already fragile social fabric. I'm going to pull back the curtain on waifu culture, where it came from, what the numbers say, why it's more complicated than nerds can't get dates, and how it could quietly nudge Japan's demographic time bomb closer to midnight. Stick with me. You might come away rethinking everything you've heard about anime obsession and modern loneliness. Let's start with definitions. Waifu, rhymes with skyfu, is otaku slang for a fictional woman, usually an anime or game character, someone feels genuine romantic affection for. The male equivalent, husbando, exists but is used less often. In a 2024 Nikkei survey of self-identified otaku, 28% said they had romantic feelings for at least one 2D character. 10% described that feeling as stronger than for any real person. Waifu culture is not new. Forum jokes date back to early 2000s. But two things supercharged it: high-definition immersion, VR headsets, AI chatbots, voice banks. Social shifts: more single-person households, later marriage, and a record-low fertility rate of 1.20 babies per woman. When reality offers 60-hour workweeks and micro-apartments, a flawless 2D partner who adores you unconditionally starts to look rational. The word waifu allegedly sprang from a scene in the 2002 anime Azumanga Daioh. A male teacher points to a photo of his wife and says in English, "My wife." Fans parroted waifu, and an inside joke became a movement. But the soil was already fertile. Japan's post-bubble 1990s delivered longer work hours, lower wages, and the first wave of hikikomori, young people retreating from society. Manga and anime provided comfort. Then came dating sims like Tokimeki Memorial, giving players pixelated girlfriends who never scolded them for unpaid overtime. By 2010, you had entire franchises like Love Plus, engineered around affectionate daily interactions. Players scheduled real-time anniversaries, bought hotel packages with special in-game perks, even took their virtual partners on location-based AR vacations. The boundaries between fandom and relationship blurred.
Singles. Government data shows 49% of Japanese adults aged 18 to 34 have never been in a romantic relationship. Among men in their 20s, it climbs to 65%. Marriage intent. A 2023 Cabinet Office survey found 43% of single men under 30 say marriage is not necessary. For women, the figure is 24%. Fertility. As mentioned, the fertility rate is 1.20. Tokyo's is 0.99. Sexual activity. A 2022 study in the Archives of Sexual Behavior reported 36% of men aged 18 to 39 had not had sex in the past year, double the US figure. While waifu culture is not the sole cause, it nests comfortably inside these trends. The more reality feels like an uphill battle, the more appealing a scripted, frictionless partner becomes. Akihiko Kondo made headlines in 2018 when he married Hatsune Miku, the turquoise-haired Vocaloid. The ceremony, complete with ring exchange, cost 2 million yen and attracted global media. Kondo calls himself fictosexual and says the relationship rescued him from depression after workplace bullying. Saki-chan, age 26, works remote customer support from a one-room Saitama flat. She owns 4 gate boxes. Each hosts a different character: a cheerful maid, a shy schoolgirl, a mature older sister, and a boyish best friend type. She rotates them based on mood, explaining, "I can be honest about my day without worrying I'll burden anyone." Yuta and Kana, a real-life couple in Osaka, bonded over their shared 2D crushes. They each maintain favorite waifus on mobile games, but also enjoy a traditional relationship. proof the culture doesn't always replace human intimacy. Sometimes it complements it. Psychologist Azusa Saito describes waifu culture as attachment without unpredictability. In therapy sessions, her clients admit the appeal is control. No awkward fights, no need to impress a girlfriend's parents, no worry about divorce lawyers. VR headsets add physical cues. AI scripts add spontaneous conversation. Haptic suits promise hugs on demand. But that safety has a cost. Human relationships train us in negotiation, empathy, self-sacrifice. Remove those lessons and social skills stagnate. Some therapists now treat 2D dependence, where clients feel panic leaving the house without a phone loaded with their waifu app. Reinforced isolation. If fictitious partners fill emotional gaps, incentive to tackle real-world social hurdles shrinks. Analysts worry about a feedback loop. Fewer couples, fewer babies, more single living, deeper waifu reliance. Economic ripple. Single men aged 25 to 44 spend less on everything from housing to family cars. Nomura Securities warns prolonged singlehood could shave 0.3 percentage points off annual GDP growth. Gender imbalance in fandom. Waifu culture skews male. Some critics say it perpetuates idealized, submissive female archetypes, making real dating expectations even tougher to meet. Here's the twist. Not every sociologist sees doom. Professor Yuki Takahashi argues waifu culture offers emotional training wheels. Timid individuals build conversational confidence with AI partners, then graduate to human dating. Her small-scale study found 18% of surveyed gatebox owners began real relationships within 2 years. In addition, the industry generates jobs, voice actors, illustrators, AI engineers, and rural tourism revenue. Local governments now invite anime studios to set stories in their towns, hoping fans will follow. Japan may be ground zero, but waifu culture is exporting. The AI companion app Replica saw a 35% user spike in South Korea after adding anime avatars. Silicon Valley startups like Character AI raise hundreds of millions, promising personalized waifus and husbandos. China's virtual girlfriend game market is projected to hit $7 billion by 2026. So Japan's waifu wave could foreshadow a worldwide trend. As VR and AI advance, more people might choose frictionless love over messy reality. Government responses range from generous baby bonuses to romantic comedy-style ad campaigns urging men to ask her out IRL. But officials also quietly acknowledge foreign talent is crucial. Digital nomad and skilled worker visas aim to counter population decline. You could argue waifu culture makes that policy shift even more urgent. The more locals retreat into 2D love, the more Japan needs 3D newcomers. Should you worry or book a flight? If you're a foreigner eyeing Japan for work or adventure, waifu culture won't block your path, but it might shape your experience. You could find community. Anime cafes, fan conventions, cosplay festivals welcome outsiders. Feel isolated. Some locals may prefer phone screens to bar chatter. Spot business ideas. English language waifu apps, VR meetup spaces, relationship coaching for otaku couples. Either way, understanding waifu culture helps decode modern Japan, a country balancing centuries-old traditions with cutting-edge escapism. Waifu culture isn't a joke about lonely basement dwellers. It's a window into a society where economic pressure, social anxiety, and technological wonder mix into new forms of affection. It can soothe hearts, spark creative industries, and, yes, intensify demographic challenges. So next time you see a clip of someone marrying an anime girl, pause before you laugh. Ask what drives that choice, and what it says about all of us in an age when screens feel safer than skin. Maybe you'll conclude waifu culture is a symptom of modern disconnection.